Hello, hello. Welcome to today's stream. If you are new here, my name is Monkey and I am joined by one of my co-hosts, Yeti. Hello, Spooky and Sai. Thank you for the sub, Sai. I appreciate it. Let me update the sub goal. Yeti, Yeti. Thank you for the redeem. He is less blue. I managed to not have him sleep in my hair. But I'm pretty sure the only reason why he's snuggling with me is because their bed needed to be washed. So I got a heated blanket on. Squishies. Squishy, squishy. Squishy, squishy. Yeah, good yawn. For some reason, I think the redeem is broken, and I don't know why. I hate to break it to y'all. The commands seem to be working. And I'd already done it. Hello, kitty. Sorry, kitten. Meow, 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 meow. See if I can pull up requests. We're just gonna reject that. Sorry, it's not working. It's just not working. Yeah, I don't know why it's not working. 7 stream streak. Yes, you have made it to 7 streams in a row. A week of streams. Very exciting. I am a wee bit tired. So the energy levels are gonna be low today. All the more reason for us to play Witchwood. All the more reason. That is the plan for today's stream, is to play Witchwood. Maybe if I feel a little more lively later, we might switch to something else, but... Wizard fry a cat? Like, you know who's gonna be wizard-fied. It's gonna be a Yeti. We gotta go back to the welcome screen. Yeti booger. I gotta put a hat on you. There you go. There you go. Just a little hat. Look at that cute little face. Look at that cute little face. He's a witch. Yes. Yeti is the witch now. A very sleepy witch, just like Granny. He wants to just take naps by a fireplace. A Yeti lock. You hear that, Yeti? You're getting new names today. I went out for breakfast, and I have never been more disappointed in French toast than I was today. So we went to a place that I think is more known for their lunch and dinner menu. Oh no, not the sad toast. It was very sad. Very sad French toast. If you're gonna get up, I gotta tighten it. You know that, right? Yeah, handsome boy. It's gotta be tightened so that it kind of seems like a fedora. Yeah. Boy witches are warlocks, so Yeti lock. Always felt like boy witches were wizards. And warlocks was the neutral. Yetizard doesn't sound as warlock means oathbreaker. Oh, that's neat. So we went out for brunch, and they gave us the brunch menu, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, okay, they got French toast on here. So I ordered their raspberry French toast. Came out smelling delicious. But when I put it in my mouth, it tasted not like French toast. I have never been more confused about my food. In fact, it tasted like onions. I was like, I'm pretty sure they cooked my French toast on the same skillet that they cooked their burgers and their onions on, because I was tasting burger meat, like a meaty flavor, and onions. No, thank you. Exactly. I was very unhappy. What's wrong, Booger? You want it off? You look like you were having trouble. So onion French toast, I do not recommend. I guess I should make something to eat, considering I have not rolled my kitten out of bed. Yes, that would be a good idea. Preferably something delicious to make up for my not delicious breakfast. Are you leaving me? Because I put a hat on you? Can you cuddle with me instead? Don't show your butt. Can you cuddle with me instead? So I hope the rest of y'all had, that did have breakfast, had a very good breakfast. I don't know why, but food at the moment for kitten is a bit of a turnoff. There are days. What are you doing? You gonna lay down? I'm having some coffee. Those are the days that I force myself to eat like a granola or soup. That's usually what I do. Something that I know will be quick and get in my belly. No, I invited you. You can't just... There you are. You can't just throw an invite at me and expect it to just happen. I did! I did invite you. I had a donut toaster strudel. That sounds way better than what I had. For Kitten, it's been like 4 days of this. No, you didn't. You disappeared, abandoned me. My computer had a weird thing happen, so I had to restart it. But right after, I sent you an invite. Clearly, it just didn't show. Clearly, it just didn't... It didn't want to happen. Well, if you have something quick and like... not really energy... Does it require a lot of energy, Kitten? That's what I would suggest. Keep it in your house. It's like soups. Puddings. I had a lychee coconut milk drink. That sounds really good. What does lychee taste like? How would you describe lychee? Ramen. Kitten can't have juice or pudding because of being diabetic. That's fair. Have you ever had the little Japanese jelly candy things? No. I'd kind of describe it as kind of floral. Like ube? Because ube is kind of like an earthy floral. I always thought that, oh, like rose water. Is it less potent? Lychee is a floral citrus taste to Kitten. That's kind of what I thought it would be, is kind of citrus. Okay. I'd probably really like it then. It's pretty mild in my opinion. That just means that I'd actually be able to taste it. Like, it's not OJ citrus. No. I picture a lot of East Asian flavors to be more on the mild side. That's why I described it like rosewater. For some reason, the rosewater stuff that I have heard of have always been very potent. Sort of like a very light yuzu citrus. I want to try it. I really like ube. Ube is like a floral, earthy vanilla for me. I really like it. Kitty, can I pet you? Can I pet you, kitty? No, I can't pet the cat. My experience has been mild. Zai and I both watch Great British Baking Show, and they always describe rosewater as being very, very potent, and that you want to use a little bit of it. Ziggy's pairs it with dragon fruit most of the time. I do like dragon fruit. I like dragon fruit. One thing Kitten loves is Anko sweet red bean paste. I've never had that either. Kind of like sesame oil in Asian cooking. A little goes a long way. Yeah, yeah. That's what I've heard about rose water. No, I knew what you meant, Spooky. I just personally haven't been able to have any rose water things because every time I've heard about something having rose water in it, it's always been like it's either like really, really strong or you don't taste it at all. And I don't know which experience I would like to go with. Rosewater Turkish Delight. I really want to find some legit Turkish Delight. Because I watched something and they said that a lot of Turkish Delight is not actually from Istanbul. So I want to get when I try Turkish Delight, I want it to actually be traditional Turkish Delight. I believe we're not doing the cat. We're doing the ram. That's who we're gonna track. Question the ram in the village. His suit's a little. They look like they're wearing coats. They got coats and they got little boots on. Well, I'm apparently in this angry sheep's. I like this one elderberry rosewater drink. If you think it tastes like flowers, you're right. Alright, let's talk to this very angry supposed ram. Listen closely, brothers and sisters. We must wear our wool proudly and show the world that plain is best. Oh my goodness. I didn't think it was gonna go this way. Oh, this portrait is something else. That's right, plain wool is the best wool. If it's black wool, these pics, yes. If it's black wool, I don't know about y'all, but I would still consider it plain wool because it's naturally grown that way. There's no like dyes involved. All of these outlandish colors and head-splitting patterns do nothing but confuse and enrage the senses. Ooh, they are the product of misled individuals. Found traditional Turkish Delight on Amazon for like $13. I've heard it's not too expensive. I'm also trying to cut back on sugar, so like ordering Turkish Delight is not gonna help me right now. And as we all know, individuals are weak. Only the united are strong. Together we speak louder than a single voice. Wait, are all the colors bad then? What about gray? It's almost plain white. Gray is forbidden. Gray is a gateway to blue. And where there's blue, green isn't far behind. Then what's next? Yellow? Purple? Even red. Part of the ship, part of the crew. Gray is a gateway. It is! It's a gateway drug to blue. Gray is not allowed. Oh no, anything but red. No. Always remember, colors lead to discord, to chaos, and with chaos, The wolves will come for us all. Ayy, not the wolves. Watch out! There's one right there! The nearest sheep nearly jumps out of its fleece when it notices you. What are y'all even doing in a village, then? I'm not a wolf, you half-wits. Maybe not, but you're different, and that's just as bad. Right, boss? Are we sure this isn't the origin of Cult of the Lamb? Wasn't it a cat that originally was the god for the Eepies? That's right. So what is it an outsider wants with us? Are you here to tempt my flock with your anarchic ideals? I doubt you lot would have room in your heads for any more ideals. But no, I'm here looking for the black sheep. It seems her shop was burned down last night. You wouldn't happen to know anything about that, would you? Bah! That bothersome black sheep is a thorn in my side. Never heeds my warnings. Always goes against what's good and proper. Yes, what's good and proper. But I assure you, I was tending my flock all night, so I had nothing to do with her disappearance. That little sheepdog begs to differ. He says you've always had it out for the black sheep, and I'm inclined to believe him with all your prattling. Can Kitten eats the ram? Are you sure you want to get an upset stomach on that? Lies and slander. You have no proof of any wrongdoing. For all we know, she may have just left the kettle on. As the sheep stomps about, you notice flakes of ash leaving black marks on the cobblestone of the village square. Proof, eh? Looks to me like some of your flock have sooty feet. I wonder where this suspicious trail will lead. But would go good with mint sauce. You just have to make sure you cook him for a while. Because I bet his meat is tough. Gee. Ashy leavings. We need unveiling powder. Look at all these new recipes. A good tenderizing and good to go. Just a little bonk bonk, right? By the way, there's fishing in this game. You can just craft. You sprinkle the revealing powder over the cobblestones to reveal hidden footprints, still blackened by ash. It appears as though several individuals were dragging something away from the town square last night. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Oh, I need another set. Another. A struggle must have occurred here. You find the remnants of a torn burlap sack and some scattered fistfuls of wool. The footprints leading away looked to be moving at great speed, like someone was being chased. What are you doing? I'm too tired to deal with your shenanigans today. No. Why are you knocking stuff off the table? Auto mod. Oh, yeah. Violence. Eats the ram for murdering the black sheep. We might get lucky. The black sheep might be alive. If not, we eat him. A pair of lone footprints duck into this vegetable garden. You notice some footprints searching in confused directions farther afield. The black sheep must have been trying to hide from her pursuers. Maybe she managed to throw them off her trail? Another? After following the ashen trail through the back streets, you come to a dead end. Your only company is a stone gargoyle squatting atop a building corner. You stand on your tippy toes to examine the great carved demon closer, noting the lovely knitted scarf billowing around its neck. What a fine garment. I could do with a new one. It's starting to get chilly. I just hope it hasn't got any of that bird poo on it. As you reach up to unwrap the scarf, the gargoyle's eyes swivel in their sockets, with a sound like two grinding millstones. Well, excuse me. I'm quite fond of this avian excrement, actually. It adds a touch of authenticity to the whole ensemble, don't you think? Oh, I beg your pardon. I didn't realize I was speaking to a watcher. Ha! A watcher? Why is it that no one ever comes to watch me? I'm handcrafted from the finest block of artisanal granite, so masterfully chiseled that I came to life. Nothing on this earth or beyond has a greater claim to beauty than I, and yet, day after day, I sit up here, and no one gives me so much as a passing glance. Well, maybe if you cleaned up once in a while. Oh, hush. I don't need to take fashion tips from you. And besides, you only looked up at me because of this fabulous scarf. Admit it. I was merely following this trail of sooty footprints. But now that you mention it, that scarf has a fine knit to it. You didn't happen to get it from the black sheep, did you? Why, where else would I have gotten something so swanky in this dreary little town? That black sheep is the only other person around here that appreciates good taste. Unlike that ghastly ram, always ringing that gaudy bell of his and poo-pooing everyone else's. Poo-pooing. Look, guys. We can do a lot. But we're not allowed to poo-poo on other people's fun, okay? This world is alive and needs a good splash of color once in a while. You know where the black sheep is, then? Now, hold on. How do I know you aren't another agent of banality like the ram? Just look at that skirt. So last century. You'll have to prove you're an ally of the fashion scene before I say another word. No, I've had my eyes on some new shoes for ages. Why don't you just snag a pair from the village? Surely no one will notice. Pah! Those clogs aren't fit for a horse. No, I've got my heart set on elf shoes. Delicate, dainty, exquisite, and absolutely to die for. Plus, I could do with a nice hat to go with my fetching scarf. And maybe some needle and thread to do some alterations? Oh my god, you gave me a shopping list. Well, what are you waiting for? The fashion scene moves too quickly to stand around idle. Alright, we gotta get... Well, we have a gnome hat and we have a sewing kit. We need to get elf shoes. Let's go check what the elf is weak to. Who's over here? A shiny lure. How do we make a shiny lure? We're gonna need to make 3. Probably gonna need 3. Yep. I knew it. I knew we'd need 3. Do, 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 do. And he ran so far away. Well, I guess it's a good thing I snipped a couple of gnomes at one point. Elf shoes. You set the tiny footwear aside. You tuck the sewing kit in a safe nook nearby. You set the little gnome hat nearby. As you present the handful of tiny clothing, the gargoyle lets out a grinding screech. Eee! What? What's wrong? These are simply magnificent! The excited statue seems thrilled about the elf shoes in particular. A fan of small things. You nearly gave me a heart attack, and I don't see what's so great about those things. They're barely the size of thimbles. Ignoring you, the gargoyle slips the minuscule shoes onto its wiggling toes. Oh, but aren't they just lovely? And they match my scarf. Well, I think you look ridiculous. Now tell me where the black sheep is, or I'll turn you into gravel next. No need to wrinkle up your rags. I carried her out to a secret grove in the woods to hide from the ram. Even managed to save some of her stock as well. Since you've shown yourself to be no friend to the ram, I guess I could fly you out there too. The gargoyle flexes the heavy stone wings on its back. She looks a little traumatized. Anybody else think that? Like, I don't blame her looking a little traumatized, but still. Yep. Shaking in her not booties. Ah! Stay back! The ram sent you to finish me off, didn't he? Oh, crackers, I knew I couldn't trust that gargoyle to keep a secret. Calm down. I didn't come to fleece you. In fact, I came to see why that miserable tyrant tried to run you out of town. You glance around at the rescued rolls of patterned fabrics and balls of colored yarn. All because of this lovely textile work? I never meant to cause trouble. I just wanted to make beautiful clothing. But the ram saw my work as some affront to his great vision. He wants all us sheep to dress the same, think the same, be the same. But I don't understand. Why can't we be different? The loudest voice is seldom the wisest. Tears well up in the sheep's wide-set eyes. They burned down my wool shop and tried to kidnap me. I only barely got away. Thankfully, that helpful gargoyle was able to salvage some of my things from the fire. At a time like this, knitting clothing is the only thing I can do to calm my nerves. I don't really think that's helping you. I hope I have enough yarn to last me. My poor spinning wheel was broken on the journey here, so I don't think I can make any more. A shame. I too am a weaver of sorts. Your wheel can't possibly be beyond repair. Could I take a look at it? If you think it would help, be my guest. The sound of bone shaking from this little sheep. Fantastic. I can whip up a spell to restore this in no time. Okay. What do we need to fix it? Do we need paste? Is that what I need? Hello, Fian. Light. Get stone. Metamorphosis. I feel like we want the paste. Which means I gotta go get some dragonfly wings. Gotta make some bait sticks. Nice, give us 2. I don't remember. What do these guys give us? Alright, I still haven't even figured out what this dude wants. We gotta stock up on base supplies. That's what we're doing. Some salts over here we can get. I think the boys are upset that they're bed is not. What are you doing, Yeti? Does remind me. Let me go swap their bed to the dryer. The sooner the bed is clean, the sooner they can stop being upset with me about how their bed isn't there. Because the backup bed is too much of a backup, apparently. Kind of want. I'm gonna try a different pillow because the pillow I've been using keeps sliding off my. Yeah. Keeps sliding out of my lap. What? Do you want an under? Is that what you want? Hold on. This is it. This is the under. It doesn't extend beyond my lap. Peekaboo. You done? Not the under you thought it was going to be? Cool, thanks. He's so picky. Just like his mama. Everything's gotta be a particular way. Okay. What are you doing, Finn? You can lay down right here. You can kind of feel the hot pad. You can feel the hot pad. Do you want here? You want my lap? You want to think about my lap? I think he's just contemplating life in general. He looks like he's got the 2 brain cells. Okay. Let's get another dragonfly. We have 1 dryad heart, so we should be okay on that front. Maybe we should get some more wood. What's this? Algae? That's from a dew zone. Ew. So we need to go pick up sticks in the forest next. Pick up sticks. Let's hope for sticks. It's a dryad. Yep. Yangi. Just like that. He was done. Won't we? I am so won't we? I have no cat to cuddle with me. So sad. I tune in to hear you sing right as Finn jumps in my lap. Nice. How's it feel to be loved? The boys don't love me anymore. My lap's never good enough. So sad. Sniff, sniff. Maybe it's your singing. There's nothing wrong with my singing. I'm absolutely fabulous at it. Cough, 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 cough. Shrimp check. Am I shrimping? I was trying to make my lap appealing. Thank you for the shrimp check. How's the biscuit factory? discovered interdimensional storage. Nice! More technology. So I'm trying to set that up. Wouldn't that make transporting fuel easier between places? I'll have to set up the coal. Gens too. No? It wouldn't help with... It's for building, I think. I would think you could use it to hold some coal. And then maybe pull from it to go into the generators. Still trying to set it up. Well, I look forward to you telling me about it after stream then. I think we got enough sticks now. Yet he's just sitting on the yoga mat. He's not even... He's just not even. $20 sticks should be good. For now. Okay. No, we're just gonna leave. Go back to the village. Go over here and talk to the gargoyle guy. Where is he? Where's the gargoyle? Is he over here? Here it is. Oh, hi! Did you need a lift out to the secret grove? Yes. Okay, how do I fix this? I feel like I just need... the paste. Oh, I have no moo juice. No moo juice. Alright, we'll go get moo juice. Did I see a cow in this village? Is there a cow here? Maybe there's a cow in the market? You jingle jangles. Look at all these missing women. Sus. Look at this dog. Hot diggity dog. Okay, I think. Yep, ignore. Ignore. Look at that cute little sheep sign. I think there was a cow in the market. To market. Okay, interdimensional storage is for building only, and it takes time to upload the parts. Is it... Oh, oh, okay. Here's the goose and the chicken. Oh, you know what I should have done? Oh, there they are. I knew there was a cow. Okay. I was supposed to use my eye. That's what I was supposed to do. Supposed to use my witchy eyesight. So like you can build parts and then put it in the thing and then afterwards restorative idol. What is this, Steve? It's one of these. Oh no, we gotta go beat up a pumpkin dude. Okay, but we have the other thing. And we have the poultices. Okay. To the fields. We gotta go to the fields. Nope, wrong way. Yade, why are you screaming into the aether? But you can't have it hold like whole buildings, right? It's only parts. So rather than a storage crate at the end of a supply line, I put a dimensional storage. This storage will take time to upload the items. Once uploaded, I can use them to build with. No buildings. Okay. I'm out of coffee. I think for the... I think I'm supposed to use this on them. Big fat baby cabbage. Yeah, I was correct. Okay, let's go over here. Hi, buddy. We'll do one more for... just to make sure. Do, 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 do. Okay, so this needs this. And then we can make this. Now we can go back to the village. Go over to this dude. I do need a lift. Give me a lift. As good as new. A few splints and some elbow grease, and she's all ready to go. Wow, really? Thank you so much. What can I ever do to repay you? I think together we should repay that stinking ram for causing this mess in the first place. I had an idea to knit him a cardigan he won't soon forget. Why, a special gift? That's a lovely idea. But it will need a personal touch. Some wool collected from those dim-witted followers of his should do the trick. The ram guards his flock like an ogre. You won't be able to get a single hair off of them with him watching. That is a problem. Oh, unless you find his missionaries. Sometimes the ram sends out loyal sheep to spread the word. Why, I bet if anyone could find them, it's you. You found me, after all. He spouts his gibberish to the corners of the world. Where are these missionaries? Nearer than you think. They usually travel to the docks, the graveyard, and the market. A shame they won't have the ram's protection. I've got plenty of fleece here, but if you have something special in mind, just put it in the spinning wheel. Crypt crawler silk. Can I make one of these? I can make one. Alright. How do I get the crypt crawler silk? I feel like that's a drop from something. In the graveyard. Unknown weakness. Excuse me, madam, have you heard about the ram, the one true leader? Oh, truly, I don't have time for this. Just look at all these clothing stalls around us. It's revolting. So many patterns. They make my eyes water with rage. Oh, I'll show you some eye-watering patterns, all right. A good magic show ought to set you spinning. Okay. A lure, and then another shell, and a glitter bomb. Well, we can make a glitter bomb. Gonna need more than one. I gotta go get this at the docks. Do 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 do. To the docks. Where's the fishing line? It's this one. Okay. We did some fishing. Need to check the... Is that enough? Hi, Yeti. To make 3 of these. Not quite. I need 1 more. Should have got more sticks. Hey, hey you. Know what stinks around here? Your breath? Maybe cut back on the crabgrass. Har har, very funny. I'm talking about all these mismatched folks walking around like disgusting individuals. Don't they care about unity at all? Aren't they lonely? Don't they want to be part of something bigger? How are they not full to the brim with the pure horror of existential dread? You leave the sheep to spiral deeper into his own metaphysical pit. This fellow seems to be projecting some deep-seated issues. Perhaps if I give him a little push, he won't mind if I pilfer some of his wool. Bottle of despair. Oh, so each one has a different recipe that we need. Okay, so I need to go back to the marketplace then. Back to the marketplace to use this prestidigitation deck. Hi, buddy. The sheep goes cross-eyed at the blinding display of pure magical speculation as you shuffle the deck of enchanted cards. Ah, it's so, ugh, I can't see. That's right, keep your eyes on the pretty colors while I shear you bald. Before the sheep can recover his eyesight, you snip a healthy patch of wool from his backside. I can still see the colors even when I close my eyes. Out of my way, I can't branch like this. I've got to go back to the flock. Flock ain't gonna help you now, buddy. You won't be kicked out of the flock. Okay, what do we need to make this? Spectral tears. Uh-oh. Alright, we need water. Where can we get water from? There's gotta be a place around here somewhere that'll let me get water. Not just milk. Water. Fee fi fo fum. Just like me, nobody here drinks water. Oh, here. Okay, we craft one of those. We have enough of these. We gotta go to the graveyard to get bottled spectral tears, which I think is the crying ladies. There she is. Soothing rune. Let's go back over here. Make one of those. And then we need to find the sheep dude that's over here. He's probably got the easiest job of all. He's just probably not even having to talk to anybody. Who's there? Show yourself in the name of the ram! No need to be jumpy, my friend. I'm just a lonely old woman coming to grief. Oh, I thought you were one of those nasty ghosts. Usually this place is pretty dull, but lately there's been nothing but angry spirits. He glances over his shoulder in a near panic. Oh, why'd the ram send me here? This place gives me the creeps. You scratch your cauldron in thought as the sheep jumps at a nearby patch of mist. Looks like all I need to do is give this chap a good fright, and his wool will be mine for the picking. What's this? Ghostly ectoplasm. Mummified head. Okay. Probably one of these guys? Spirit salts. Okay. I got 2 spirit salts. Come over here. By yourself. No, I want you by yourself. I only needed the one? Okay. And then I bet I need to make this, which means I need to somehow get a bat. Maybe a vampire bat. What's this? One of these. We had just enough sticks. Okay. Do we see any vampire bats? Yep, we need bait sticks. And now we need to go back to the forest and get more sticks. We need more sticks. Sticks and stones. Sticks, 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 sticks. Wonder if I should. Scare the bejeebies off of them. Or in this case, the snot out of them. Okay, so I wanted to make one of these. Okay. Hopefully this is enough. Oh no, I needed bait sticks. Silly. Okay, so we need to pick up more sticks. Do 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 do, pick up sticks. Do 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 do, pick up sticks. What do we do when we're in a forest? What do we do when we're in a forest? What do we do when we're in a forest? We look for the sticks. go. Back to the graveyard. And then we gotta... Okay. Now we're gonna try and use this on the scary ghost with antlers. Where is he? Where's the scary ghost with the antlers? Look at that. Okay. The skittish sheep nearly jumps out of his pelt in horror. Aye! Now's my chance to shear his wool before he comes back to his senses. You quickly snip a handful of wool from his quaking body. Forget this. I don't care how angry the ram gets. I'm going back to the flock. Probably for the best. Oh, more than one goo dropped. That's nice. How nice. Come here, vampire bat. Okay. Let's go back to the docks. The docks is where we need to go next. Where do I get crypt? Crawler silk. Time to give him some more existential dread. The sheep's eyes glaze over as he looks deep into his soul and sees only nothingness. What's the point of it all? I'm so alone. Poor fella. He'll feel better when the curse lifts, but it'll be too late for his wool. Snip, snip. You collect a clump of wool and pat the sheep on his fluffy head. There, there. Things aren't always so bad. Why don't you run off home to your flock? You're right. Maybe I'm not so alone after all. The sheep wipes a dewy tear from his face and lopes off toward the village. Alright. It says it's in the graveyard. So I wonder if I need to go into the crypt. That's not the way. What's over here? In this mausoleum spot. There's a corpse. What's that? Strength. The strength they had in life still resonates here. Very likely to contain a corpse. Okay, so we're getting a lot of... Ah! See you? Crypt crawler. Hairy, toothy, drools a lot, but absolutely not a dog. What's this? Luckily, we have the ingredients for it. Please tell me you only need the one. We do only need the one. Nice. Alright. We can head back now. So mad. Spooky little fog came through. Went the roundabout way, I think. Oh, hi! Yes, give me a lift. Sheep wool. The 3 lots of wool taken from the ram's flock are most eager to please any hand that guides them. Crypt crawlers walk the line between the mundane and the supernatural, and their silk holds the key to that boundary. With all the goods at hand, you wave the black sheep over to the spinning wheel to get started. A bit stiffer than I'm used to, but I can work with this. She rolls up her sleeves and prepares the bobbin. As the black sheep manages the wheel, you assist by weaving your own magic into the fibers as you feed them through the device. Dazzling colors of every hue shoot out of the whirling wheel, sending sparks dancing into the underbrush. Soon, a large ball of rainbow-tinted yarn is wound together. Wow! We didn't even have to use any dye. I could use your help anytime. She gathers up the yarn and admires it before handing it to you. My thanks to you. I couldn't have done it without your skills at the wheel. Say, you should think about returning to the village soon. Your little doggy friend was quite worried about you last time I saw him. Oh my gosh, I was in such a panic I completely forgot about him. But what about the ram and his flock? I'm a goner if I go back there. You leave that to me. Are we gonna tie him up with this yarn? I'd like to tie him up with this yarn. Turn him into a little cocoon. Or in this case, a big cocoon. Stay with the flock, it's the only way! Alright. Time to look at these ridiculous pictures again. Color is the path to division, and division is the bedfellow of damnation. Let's not forget, gray is the gateway to blue. Bah! 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 You twist the length of your multicolored thread into a makeshift lasso. The shifting colors make the thread appear to be alive. What nonsense. I'll just loop my magic yarn around each of these sheep and show them the world is more than black and white. Stopping in the middle of his sermon, the ram notices that his flock is no longer paying attention to him. The flock turns away from the ram's ravings, fully enraptured by the colorful thread. Hey! What are you fools doing? This is the black sheep's work. Wow! Oh, this is the black sheep's work? Wow! We just assumed it was ugly because the ram said so. No, you idiots! It's wrong! Have you forgotten everything I've taught you? Haha! Look at all these wild colors! I never knew wool could be so neat! Stop looking at the colors! Amongst the commotion, the voice of the black sheep pipes up. Oh! Thank you! I'm so glad that you all appreciate my handiwork! Are you kidding? This is the most amazing wool we've ever seen! Where can we get some more? Stop! Listen to me! Oh wow, look at all these customers! We need to get that shop of yours up and running again. You're right. Oh my, this is all so overwhelming. Looks like it's time to roll up my sleeves and get back to work. Does that mean you'll reopen your wool shop? We'll help fix it up again if it means we can get more of these fantabulous colors. Arg! The ram swings his bronze bell harder and harder, desperately trying to be heard over the joyful celebrations of his flock. Oh my, what in the dickens happened? I guess he claimed that awful bell of his just a little too hard. Gave his own head a proper ringing till it couldn't take it anymore. You glance over to the ram's empty soapbox. A fitting end, I suppose. A shepherd is nothing without his flock. You pick up the bell, but not a sound emanates from it. Something is muffled. You turn it over to look inside and find that the metal clanger is covered in a familiar bristly white wool. The soul of the ram. Quest complete! Look at this! Isn't it much better to be happy than it is to be so negative? Can I make a... Oh, I have two. No more gloves for you. If I give the kitty cat a treat. We'll wait. Okay. Let's do the cat in the marketplace next. Which is this one. Talk to the sad unicorn. Hello, sad unicorn. Hitched to a post, this tragic creature raises its tear-filled eyes at you. Despite its depressing appearance, you find yourself somehow feeling lighter. What on earth is a rainbow spirit doing in the midst of a market brawl? I thought your kind thrived on love and sunshine and all that kind of sappy drivel. Oh, sure. Normally this market's a wonderful place to be, but lately it's been nothing but misery and unrest. Just look around. He gives me Eeyore vibes. All I see are 3 little brats puffing out their chests and barking like mutts. Surely a hot meal and a good night's rest will cool their heads. I'm afraid it goes deeper than that. You see, all sorts of awful things have been happening. Vandalism in folks' gardens, trash in the well, wagon wheels tampered with, rumors spreading like wildfire, wildfire about this or that, cheats and lies. Trash in the well is kind of like that's a hazard. Now I'm usually the one who keeps the peace around here with my trusty magic horn. Makes the truth flow and keeps folk honest. Your horn's looking a little sad. But with all this deception and treachery in the air, it's as limp as a noodle. My powers are useless. Tisk tisk, a droopy horn is no laughing matter. If you had a bit of a pick-me-up, do you suppose you could get this place under control? Sure as sugar. I just need to get some of my strength back. A good snack ought to perk you right up. Rainbow roll. What do we need for that? Dough. We can make some dough. Cat's gonna be thrilled. I crafted one. The miserable creature dips its snout to investigate your tasty dessert. Is this for me? It troubles me to see a benevolent beast afflicted by such melancholy. And the quicker that horn of yours works, the quicker we can sort out this mess. Throwing back its head, the unicorn swallows the odd confection without even chewing. The spots on its back glow a soft lavender, and its hoofed feet levitate off the ground for just a moment. From above, a thin sliver of sunlight breaks through the clouds and sparkles off the unicorn's horn, momentarily blinding you in a dazzling flash. Was the black sheep dead? No, the black sheep was in hiding, knitting some sweaters. But now the black sheep is back in the village, and the ram is, he, like, belled himself to death. When you look back, the unicorn is happily wagging its tail at you. Its horn looks reinvigorated with a pearlescent sheen. No more limp noodle horn. Ah, that hit the spot. Looks like the old truth detector is working again. So him food now, yummy. Ah, he kind of turned into the dongle in the middle of the bell. I wouldn't really call him food. Well, what are you waiting for? Blast those fools. The unicorn lowers its horn and takes aim at the feuding shopkeepers. A long moment passes as the unicorn's body quivers with anticipation. Wait. I swear this never happens. My powers are all charged up, but none of them are actually lying. So they really did sabotage each other's businesses then. My horn will only be able to blast the lies out of someone who's truly false. As far as they know, they're each telling the truth. Which means someone else must be responsible for this mess. The feuding shopkeepers run out of insults to hurl at each other and all storm back to their businesses in a huff. I'll go investigate the scenes of the crimes at their shops. Maybe I can turn up some clues. The candle shop, the bakery, and the blacksmith. Among the fancier cuts of meat, you spy some useful material. The merchant nods at your assessment. Sure. The merchant clutches your gold and blood-stained hands. He nods at a pile of scraps. The merchant's eyebrows raise at your approach, but he remains generally cordial. He offers you a neatly filleted fish. Among this merchant's wares, you spy a stack of jars that might be of use. The merchant eyes you suspiciously, but takes your money. Yeah, 13 gold coins is fine. It's a weird way to go inside, but okay. So this guy said he had fireworks. It is that insufferable baker. I'll tear his nose off next time I see him. Settle down, Master Candler. You're being duped by a prankster. Ha! A prankster? It was that baker, I'm sure of it. I don't see no evidence to the contrary. You want evidence, eh? I bet there's a clue around here that'll unveil the real truth. Get some evidence or get out. Cat's confession. This bag smells suspiciously of sulfur. It has a shipping address stamped on it. Dockyards, huh? Alright. Where's the baker's shop at? till you make it. Grr. That oafish blacksmith just grinds my gears. I ought to give him a smack on the brow next time I see him. Master Baker, please, settle down. You've been tricked. Ha! I very much doubt that. Only a fool would believe that story without any evidence. Fine. You want evidence? I'll get you some. The true criminal must have left clues around here somewhere. Well, have you got any evidence yet? I can examine all of these. Ooh. The strange vase doesn't look like it belongs in a bakery, and there's still some bugs and dirt inside. An inscription on the side reads, Harold Grimes, hanged under the old grave tree for crimes he never committed. Okay. Hey, look, mood juice. Speak to the blacksmith. But where is the blacksmith? That's the butcher. That's cheese. That's an angry goose. Oh, here's the blacksmith. He doesn't have a clever name. Arg, that blasted candler. I'll wring his scrawny neck. Calm yourself, Master Blacksmith. You're being played for a fool. Ah, fat chance. Only some hard evidence could ever convince me it wasn't that blundering knave. So what really has been sneaking around in here? There ought to be some clues left behind. Some fireworks have been hastily shoved into this coal barrel. A tag on the fireworks reads, Property of Town Watch. If lost, please return to the village gallows. Okay, before we continue, I will be right back. Alrighty. We have tea. Yeti is in his my chair. Yeti is in his tent, so he's keeping warm. Fix my chair. I decided to flop all the way down. Well, almost all the way down. Okay. Their bed is almost clean. Brr. Yeah. It's so cold everywhere. My chair's so weird. understand how one arm is at a different height than the other. There we go. That should work. 9 degrees here, but feels like 14. I think we're still at double-digit negatives. It's supposed to warm up tomorrow to double-digit positives, but not by much. And it looks like overnight we got a little bit of snow, but not enough to really cause anything. Okay, so we need to go to the docks. So let's go to the docks. Just down this way. And investigate a pier. Pier 3. I probably need a little bit of defense. Let's get some water first. This way. Having the weirdest cravings at the moment. What do you want to eat? Do 2 of those. Since we're here, we'll investigate the gallows, I guess. You peer through the slatted planks of the town's gallows. It doesn't look like it's seen much use recently. The space underneath it is stuffed with evidence storage and parade decoration, including a box of dusty fireworks. Pineapple and black olive pizza dipped in ranch dressing. That sounds good. To some extent. If they don't put too much black olives, then I'm good. I've had some people just like almost make it just a black olive pizza. An errant note catches your eye, but you can't quite fit your hand through the wooden planks. Drat. I'll need something thin and grabby. Wonder if we need the pluck hand. This. Smash the planks. I know, right? Why can't we just smash the planks? You pluck out the slip of paper from under the gallows. It looks like a torn notebook page, hastily stuffed in a crack, almost wanting to be discovered. If you're reading this, then you've no doubt been witness to my greatest crime spree. I, the cat, will be remembered throughout history as the greatest underground mastermind. The town flatfoots will never notice a couple parade fireworks missing, and that blacksmith buffoon will lose more than a few chest hairs. How arrogant. This proof ought to convince the blacksmith of the cat's involvement. Alright. 2, 3. Something lurks here. Okay. We need a fishing line. We're almost out of grasshopper legs. This is the shipping address for the sulfur crates, but you don't find anything incriminating. You do, however, spot something wedged between the watery piles of the pier. Something must have gotten knocked off the docks, or was purposefully disposed of. Let's reel it up and take a look-see. You fish out an empty sulfur tin with a wad of wet paper stuffed inside. Though the ink is running, you can still make out the loopy handwriting. Another brilliant strategy by the world's most brilliant strategist. That's me, the cat. If you're reading this, then be sure to write my name down in the history books. This sulfur smells so rotten, it will put those candlesticks the candler makes right in the trash. He'll think the baker did it when I dust the shop with flour. Well then, this is the proof the candler is looking for. This cat. Alright, let's go to the graveyard. And go to the old hanging tree. Run! Happy eep eeps are better than sad eep eeps. The crooked fellow peers down at you as if you're someone else coming to make fun of his internal predicament. You spot a piece of paper floating inside his translucent body. What you got there? Don't suppose I convince you to cough up that paper, can I? Exorcise him. Spirit salts. Do I still have spirit salts? I do still have spirit salts. We just gotta put it. You sprinkle the exorcising salts onto the ghost. He sputters and sneezes up the paper suspended inside his head before going back to swinging as if nothing had happened. Looks like a page of someone's diary. My best plan yet. These grave bugs will make the baker's buns taste like embalmed eclairs. I'll just dump the dirt out of this stupid urn to carry them. This should be proof enough to convince the baker who the real culprit was. Back to the market. Do 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 do. Candler was down here, I believe. Here you go. The candler's cheeks flush a bright red, stomping and shouting at the cat's confession. Why, that yowling pest! That's my whole livelihood she's meddling with. You agree the baker's innocent, then? Him? Pah! Looks like he didn't have a hand in this horrible crime. Though his bread's still stale, if you ask me. As long as you three put a stop to this ruckus, maybe we can put an end to this grudge after all. I'll keep my eyes peeled for that darned cat. She won't show her nose around here again. That's for sure. Your eyes are closed, though. So... will you actually keep an eye on the situation? Are your eyes open? No, your eyes are closed too. The man's beady eyes go wide with anger as he reads through the paper. Why, that no good cat! The whole market could have gone up in a big ball of fire. I take it you'll let the candler off the hook? Sure, sure. Looks like he wasn't involved in this plot. Though I still don't care for his candles much. Excellent. Maybe with you three at peace, we can get to the bottom of this. Where's the baker again? Ah, here he is. Bake it till you make it. Well, his eyes are closed too. The baker's brow arches in anger as he reads the cat's confession. That unrefined little urchin! How dare she tamper with my buns like that? You'll forgive the blacksmith then? Huh? Well, sure. Doesn't look like he was involved in all this. Splendid. If you three can get along long enough, we can bring the real culprit to justice. Now that these three fellows have cooled down a bit, I better have a chat with that plump purple pony to figure out the best way to confront this swindler. Oh, Joy, you're back. Did you find anything in those shops? It would appear your market is plagued by the mastermind schemes of the cats. Well, maybe not so masterminded. She did leave behind a bunch of clues for me to find. As though summoned, a furry shape somersaults onto a nearby rooftop with a flourish. Nyah-ha-ha-ha, I see you're a fan of my genius accomplishments. Well, you're in luck. Soon I'll have the whole village at my mercy. Quickly, your magic horn. The unicorn shuffles its stumpy legs to get a better shot at the monologuing feline. With a flick of her tail, the cat disappears, leaving only her voice cackling in the air. Nyah-ha-ha-ha, you'll have to be faster than that, slowpokes. Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm not very maneuverable in high-pressure situations. Ah, don't fret. We'll just have to make sure she stands still next time. I should be able to concoct a tantalizing kitty treat strong enough to keep her attention. I'll set it up by that big statue there. You just get ready to fire. Feline curio recipe. Stuffed burb. Oh boy. We're making a cat trap. Oh no, I gotta get some crows. Oh, pigeon. Gotta get a pigeon. What's the... Oh, don't think about it. Pigeon beak. Okay. How do we catch pigeons? Is it a trap? That's a snap trap. Okay, good. We have some of those. We have one. I'm pretty sure we only need the one. Pick that up. Craft. Okay, what do we need for this? Moo juice. You place down the scrumptious-looking cat treat and duck behind a pumpkin to hide. Within moments, you hear the telltale laughter of the cat over the market stalls. Yahaha, that's the best you can do? What do you take me for, a basic alley cat? You need more than a lump of garbage to catch me. Despite her lofty words, you see her eyes go wide and her tail flick as the scent of fish and catnip reaches her nose. Why, I'm the most sophisticated criminal underlord this world has ever... Say, what is that? Tuna? You give the signal to the unicorn, but see that the beast is still facing entirely the wrong direction. Ugh, must I do everything around here? Sir, you slap the unicorn on its haunches, jolting it out of a daydream. Huh? What? Oh, right, the cat. The beast carefully takes aim, making sure to account for drag and wind speed direction. Alright, I've got her this time. By the light of the truth, I banish all lies from thee. A brilliant spark of rainbow light emits from the unicorn's horn and streaks towards the preoccupied cat. When the colorful smoke clears, you can't see hide nor hair of the cat. Only a smoldering pair of fancy leather boots remain near the statue. Wow, for a moment there, I thought all that talk about your magic horn was pure hogwash. I mean, usually it doesn't leave such an explosive effect. I only meant to expel the lies from her, but I guess she was all lies? Didn't have a truthful bone in her body? Well, whatever the reason, I suppose she won't be blighting your market any longer. Yes, that's right. I can't wait for life to get back to normal. Thank you for all your help. You glance at one of the cat's boots slumped over on its side. I better go gather her up. You pick up the smoking boots of the cat. A rainbow hue radiates off the leather. They smell strongly of feet and candy. The soul of the cat, though you suspect she may have 8 more lives left. Look! The cats! They love it! They all want the treat. The vegetables will be nice and safe. Okay. With that, we're actually going to call it here. I'm gonna find someone to raid. I'm a bit tired today, so I apologize for the shorter stream. Oh, you know who we gotta raid? We gotta raid Avi. They're playing Plate Up. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna raid Avi. They might end up raiding soon as well, because they've been going for 5 hours. But we're gonna raid Avi. That's the plan. Thank you everyone for joining us today. I hope you enjoyed your time here. If you did and would like to keep up to date with any of our news, you can check our X, Blue Sky, or our Discord for any announcements of when we will next stream, or just cat pictures, or whatever. Become a part of the Biscuit Factory. And if you'd like more of our content, almost all of our streams have been saved as VODs on our YouTube channel. All of the links are down in the doobly-doo. We hope you have a good rest of your Sunday. Relax, eat good food, spend time with your loved ones. And we hope to see you again during the next stream. Bye!